Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
If you're a Canucks fan, you've been living with a contradiction all season. Is Conor Garland a foundational veteran, or is he the team's best trade chip to jumpstart this rebuild? Looking for the answer? We've got it for you right here on The Line Change. We're going to dive right into it and break it all down right now.
Power play goal. Elias. Anderson. Miller scores.
Gets it free from Henderson. Got it to Besser in front. Backhander scores. The puck back in. Campoli trying to clear it. Burrows is pressed. Off the puck loose to Edwards. Back in for Alex Burrows. It's up in the air. Now McKinnon the side. No! With the left glove. Are you kidding me? What a save.
Hey, Canucks Nation. Brandon Alston here, play-by-play for the Edmonton Canucks. You've got it locked in The Line Change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast.
The answer is yes to both, and that's why a deal involving him is an absolute managerial nightmare. The problem isn't the player, it's the clock. This is the tricky timing of Vancouver's only trade window, and they have to get it right. What's up, Canuck fans? Welcome to The Line Change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast, which is a presentation of DraftKings Sportsbook, as well as a proud member of the Hockey Podcast Network. On one hand, we hear he's a leader, an effort player, and a positive example for the kids, the perfect veteran for a rebuild. On the other, we hear he's a premier trade asset, a player whose value could net the high-quality futures the team desperately needs. He's been the subject of the most contradictory reporting this year. But as Vancouver finally commits to this rebuild, or so we hope, the actual problem is a matter of pure contract mechanics and timing. A Garland trade is one of the trickiest in the leagues to pull off this season, and it's all because the Canucks are operating within a brutal, tiny window that's closing fast. The video title says it all. Conor Garland, the tricky timing of Vancouver's only trade window. We're breaking down the three major complications that are forcing the Canucks his hand right now. Forget the Olympic roster freeze, which only lasts a few weeks. The true looming deadline for the Canucks is July 1st, 2026. That is complication number one. Garland currently holds absolutely no trade protection. The team can shop him to all 31 teams, maximizing the return for those crucial draft picks and or prospects. But as soon as that 6-year extension kicks in on July 1st, he gets a full no-movement clause for 3 seasons. If the team waits, they lose control. We just saw this play out with Artemi Panarin. Even a player that productive couldn't force a high return because his no-move clause severely limited his trade destinations, and he himself only wanted to go to one team, which was LA. Getting a high-quality return is the main reason to trade Garland. The window slams shut on July 1st. Making the now or never timing even trickier is his contract structure, which brings us to complication number 2, which is the salary retention trap. When a team wants to make a trade easier for the buyer, they retain salary. This is a common practice at the trade deadline. We saw it in the Panarin trade. You might think retaining a small portion of salary would help the Canucks make a deal, but league rules dictate that if you retain salary on a contract, you must retain it on all subsequent contracts. The Canucks are not retaining salary on Garland until 2032. They're just not going to do it. This means they cannot retain any salary at all. This instantly limits the pool of potential suitors to only teams that can absorb the full cap hit for the next 6.5 years. Canucks and we're still going through the OEL crap. So, Canuck fans don't want yet another one of those. The Canucks are already forced to find a buyer with cap space, and they need to find one before Garland gains the power to eliminate potential destinations himself. Finally, the smallest but most immediate complication, so complication number 3, is his production. He recently went through a punishing 13-game slump from December 29th until February 2nd without a single point. He's recovered slightly with 3 points in 2 games going into the Olympic roster freeze, but his season total of 25 points in 46 games is below what a typical trade chip is bringing. The Canucks have a 2-week window between the end of the Olympic freeze and the March 9th trade deadline, a window of just 6 games. They have a choice. Number 1, wait and hope he comes out hot, raising his value, but risking that he continues to slump and lowers his trade value. Option number 2, act now and rely on his career reputation to get a deal done immediately after the freeze lifts. When you look at these 3 complications, the answer to the Canucks' problem is inescapable. The timing is tricky, but it dictates the strategy. The no-move clause is the ultimate pressure point. The inability to retain salary shrinks the market. The production slump adds a layer of risk. If the decision has been made to trade Conor Garland and use him to fuel the rebuild, Vancouver must push a deal through in the small, chaotic window between the Olympic roster freeze and the trade deadline. The longer they wait, the more control they hand over, and the lower the quality of the return will be. It's a difficult position, but the best approach is to act as soon as possible. And that's my opinion on whether or not to trade Conor Garland for the Vancouver Canucks. I'd like to thank my main and primary sponsor, none other than DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the NHL. But in this video, they're an official sports betting partner of the Super Bowl, which goes on today.
This Valentine's Day, celebrate the one you love the most with Hallmark cards at Walgreens. Valentine's Day is the best time to send your favorite person a reminder of just how much they mean to you. A Hallmark card is a super simple and beautiful way to say how grateful you are for the love you two share. Don't forget, Valentine's Day is Saturday, February 14th. Visit Walgreens today to find a Hallmark card that shows just how much you love them. Because love lives here.
Super Bowl 60 deserves a sportsbook that's built for the moment. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 60, puts you right in the center of the biggest game of the year. Anything can happen during the Super Bowl, and DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player goes down in the first half, you still get paid in cash when your bet settles. No bonus bets, no waiting. While other sportsbooks don't offer injury protection, DraftKings covers the entire first half, even the second quarter. And early exit works on live bets too, pregame or in-game. DraftKings has you covered. Super Bowl 60, a rematch from Super Bowl 49 between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Seahawks pass rush versus the Patriots' offensive line. Seattle's front, Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, Boy May look to pressure Pats QB Drake May, challenging a potentially weaker Patriots O-line. Are you new to DraftKings? New customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus in most states, void in Ontario, restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which will expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. This video has been a presentation of DraftKings Sportsbook, The Crown is Yours, as well as the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, every team, everywhere. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the Canucks' tricky timing dilemma on dealing Garland, hit that like button and subscribe to The Line Change for more in-depth analysis of the team. As we just mentioned, you can also turn on your notifications. That way you can stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content. Also, if you're interested in some merchandise, we have our official merchandise store currently selling our 1-year anniversary collection. It's now available. Go ahead, check it out. We do have some sales going on as well. Check it out at thelinechangepodcast.threadless.com. Also, if you want to be a part of more conversations and discussions such as this one, join our official Discord. There's a link to it in the description down below. It's completely free to join, so go ahead and do so if you wish. Also, you can find and interact with us all over social media. We're everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, even Blue Sky. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. Speaking of platforms, if you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us on either platform. It is, of course, greatly appreciated and really helps out the podcast. Also, if you have a favorite episode that you just can't get enough of and want to listen to over and over again, you can download your favorite episode as well. That, too, also really helps out the podcast. And, of course, we are very greatly appreciative of that as well. Drop your comments down below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next line change.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.